Some people dream of success while other people get up early morning and make it happen. Very good morning to all of you children. Once again I am here to explain you the new lesson, that is lesson number 13, and the name of the lesson is Lines Written in Early Spring. It's a poem written by William Wordsworth. Before starting the reading and explanation of the poem, let's see a picture and try to identify who the person is. Yes, you might be knowing that the person is William Wordsworth, who has written this poem. Let's talk something more about him. William Wordsworth was born on 1770 and died on 1850. He was an English poet who belonged to the Romantic period. The period from 1798 to 1805 was the time of Wordsworth's greatest achievement as a poet. In his poems, Wordsworth focused on various elements of nature and explored its relationship with human beings. So children, before going to the explanation of the poem, let's do the picture reading. Yes children, I am back with my views, and according to me, a person is sitting in a grove. Grove means a group of trees. He is at his ease there and enjoying the beauty of nature and thinking something very seriously. Let's read the poem and try to understand what he is thinking. Let's start with the first paragraph. I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a groove I sat reclined in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. Here the speaker says the speaker was sitting in a grove, a group of trees. He was at his ease there. As he sat there, he heard the songs of various birds. The songs of all the birds seemed to come together and form one melodious song. The speaker's mood as he sat there in the grove was one of happiness, but the mood brought with it sad thoughts to his mind. Come to the second paragraph. Here it says, to her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. The speaker thought that nature had done an excellent job of creating the various creatures in the world. His own human soul was one of nature's creations. As he sat there in the lap of nature, the speaker felt as if his soul was linked to nature and her creations. As it was, this link caused him to feel great sorrow. He was thinking of how man has harmed other men. The speaker was referring to the way in which man has destroyed the world and made it an uncomfortable place for other humans to live in. So sad. Now let's proceed with the third paragraph. Through primrose tufts in that sweet bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths, and 'tis my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. In the third paragraph, the speaker observed the way the plants grew in that grove. He noticed that there were primroses growing in bunches, and through these bunches ran the periwinkle's creeper. And looking at the way these flowers were all growing together, the speaker came to the understanding that all the flowers were happy and that they enjoyed the simple pleasures of life, like appreciating the air they breathed. Now, let's do the reading of the fourth paragraph. The birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The speaker further noticed how the birds in that grove hopped about and playing with each other. He admitted that could not read their minds or know what they were thinking, but still he was able to read the way in which they moved, and observing their jumps and hops, he felt that every single movement they made expressed a great happiness. This happiness was caused by their life and the circumstances they lived in. Now, let's proceed with another paragraph. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must do all I can that there was pleasure there. In the grove, the speaker also noticed that the branches of trees with new leaves appearing on them had spread out so that they looked like fans. The purpose of spreading their twigs seemed them to be to catch and enjoy the breeze blowing there, and the very sight of these branches made the speaker conclude that there was great happiness and joy in the grove. And now we will proceed with the last paragraph of the poem. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? He looked at the way the plants and the birds were so much in harmony with each other. The life of happiness and peace, he realized, was the way nature wanted people to live. And when he realized this, it made him feel that he had every reason to weep over the way in which men lived, making each other unhappy and uncomfortable. So, children, in the form of conclusion, we came to know that the poet was sad to see the state in which men lived. They were divided amongst themselves, and more often than not, one man was responsible for the other's troubles. Human no longer lived in harmony. And what is needed? It is needed that humans should live in harmony. That's all for today, children. Take care and be safe.